And so going back to the South America thing that you mentioned you're going to Colombia. Yeah. I know you've spoken about ayahuasca, which is something I'm so interested in. I've never done it. I'm just so intrigued by all this. So what was your first ayahuasca experience?
Well, that's interesting. I'm a big advocate, almost evangelical advocate of cannabis because I know all the benefits that it has, which is amazing. So I've been smoking cannabis I smoked when I was a kid, but I kind of gave it up when I was bodybuilding because I thought it's not good, it's not healthy, and it's going to make me not motivated or something like this. So I cut it out apart from occasions, and then I started smoking again after I retired and educating myself on it. I found out a lot about it. So that was the cannabis thing. And then I started reading, and then I came across some books about DMT and ayahuasca, this plant medicine from the South America that took you on a spiritual journey and revelations and everything. It sounded very interesting, huh? But that was it. I guess it was in the back of my mind. And I went to Brazil. I met Gal, actually, in Brazil, and I said, would you like to come with me? I'm going to the Amazon. And I'm going to get a guide and go on a boat down the Amazon and for a couple of days and, just get out in nature. So she came with me. So we just met, but I was still half the party zone, still there, So I'm in Brazil and I thought, wow, in the Amazon. I said to the guy, you get some Coke? He's like, yeah, of course, the best, it's raw shit.
Yeah, it's from the plant.
So I had that, we're going out, did a bit of that, a bit of vodka. I don't think Gal even knew, I was keeping it quiet, So that's where I was at. And then we're out on the boat. I'm like, hey, when we go out on a boat, can you get that stuff? I heard about that stuff called ayahuasca, that drink stuff. He's like, yeah, I get it. And, I don't know what he got, whether it was ayahuasca or if it was really strong ayahuasca or what it was. I don't know, Please, kids, don't do this at home. It's not a recommendation. This was Wild West stuff. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. He didn't know what he was doing. He got me some ayahuasca, apparently. I believe it was. And so he said, I got the stuff, and you can take it tonight when we pull the boat over. The Amazon's so big, it's got beaches there, like the sea. So we pull over on this beach thing, and you're going to do it there, right? So, and he had a guide that was Indian, and he said, so the guy said to me, you're doing the ayahuasca tonight, yeah? I said, yeah. He said, don't smoke any weed today then, because you're not supposed to mix the weed. You're
meant to fast even. And
but I didn't do any of that shit, yeah? I was drinking vodka and doing coke the night before. Because I didn't know. I was innocent, and these guys didn't tell me, and this guy's telling me at the last minute, don't smoke weed today. And I'm like, okay, that's all. Okay, don't smoke weed. So the boat's going along, and then this Indian guy, he's got marks on his face and everything. He's like, come here. So I followed him into the captain's cabin, and he's got 3 lines there of coke, and the captain's done, one is done. One is like, there's one for you. I'm like, yeah, but I'm doing that thing tonight. Am I not supposed? He's like, nah, this will be all right.
So you got a combination of everything.
Thanks for that, mate. So of course, I've gone and I've done the ayahuasca and I've drank it, and it's I'm just being violently sick. I said to Gal, do you want to come and look after me? Yeah. We met about a week before, right? So do you want to come and look after me? Apparently I'm going to throw up and I might shit myself. So you're going to see me at my worst. If you still like me after this, then,
If that's not love, maybe then what is?
Maybe you're going to see all the bad shit. Or maybe we got something, yeah? So she said, sure, I'll come and look after you. I was throwing up, and I was asking in my head, where's my spirit animal? Why I'm not flying through the jungle and all this stuff? And I thought that this ayahuasca stuff was shit and it poisoned me and I had a really bad experience. But I did remember one thing, yeah? So I was asking these questions in my head, why I'm not having these experiences that I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Stop poisoning yourself. And then ask another, stop poisoning yourself. I just got over and over again, stop poisoning yourself.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it. It didn't click at the time.
Yeah.
I thought it was the ayahuasca that was poisoning me.
Yeah.
But actually what it was, and it's a female entity, a female voice that you feel. Feel. I don't know how to say it. But it's talking to you. Stop poisoning yourself. So that was that. And that was my experience. And then I was out here some years later doing yoga. And my yoga teacher said she was going to an ayahuasca retreat. And would I like to go? Because I was under a lot of stress at the point with the business thing. And it was, it's getting me down. I was under a lot of stress. And she said, maybe it's good for you. I'm like, nah, did that thing before, man. It just made me really sick and everything. And in between, I'd smoked DMT. And that gave me some crazy visions and all that. And it lasted 10 minutes and I feel fine. I didn't throw up. So I thought, that's better. I don't do it. And then I had a girl that I'd helped with a few things. And she sent me a message. She said, I got a message for you and I need to speak to you because I don't know what it means, but maybe you do. I said, all right. I called her up. I said, what's going on? She said, oh, I was painting for hours and I fell into a kind of a trance and I saw a vision. And it was 3 little Indian guys crouching down with the bowl in front of them, like a wooden bowl or a bucket or something. And they had a stick and they were stirring it. And they was just chanting your name. She said, do you know what it means? I said, holy shit. I said, that's ayahuasca. That's how they make it, like in the thing with the...
Yeah,
that's brew. Ayahuasca, and they're calling me. So it was a message to go, and this time was a totally different experience. I had a few days to stop smoking weed and make sure you don't have any sex, no alcohol, no meat, all these things that you do. So I did this properly, and I went there and did the ayahuasca with the shaman, which is important. So he's made the brew. He knows what the medicine is. He knows how to deal with the situation after 50 years of experience and training and things passed down from his generations of his family. He can see and feel things that we can't see. So I had the medicine, and then I saw a green mist or something. And I had this female voice in my head saying, hello, do you remember me?
Fuck.
And I'm like, yeah. She said, are you afraid? I said, no. She said, okay. Well, I'm going to come. I'm going to work with you. And don't worry, you're not even going to throw up this time. I was like, great. Come on then, let's go, man. And it's hard to describe the experience, but I mean, literally the next day I was a new person.
Wow.
And I saw, even my business situation, I mean, someone I literally wanted to rip their fucking throat out because they were causing me so much stress. I saw them and I saw their life and why they were like that and why they were behaving like that. And I saw everything from a totally different perspective, which calmed me right down. And the next day I was feeling like a different person. And even people were coming up to me and saying, whoa, you look great, man. What did you do?
Load of ayahuasca.
Yeah, a lot of ayahuasca. Yeah. But it just changed it even changes your face. It looked different. Wow. Takes all the stress away and everything.
And you did it here in Spain?
I did it here in Spain through some people I know. And it's not something that's advertised. There are companies that advertise out there. I would say avoid these people that advertise. There's one company I'm not going to name in Spain, but it's very low quality. They have people in and out every weekend. And you've got no reference to know whether this is a good or bad experience because you're a newbie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So next week is just some other new people.
Yeah.
I go to now I've done 3 camps in Costa Rica where I've been headlining the camp. So I'm the guy that brings people there, especially people coming from the fitness industry. And, they were a bit sitting on the fence because is this for them? Is this something for hippies or is this some weird thing? And no, Dorian's doing it, so maybe it's not, So I got a lot of people out there. I had 3 groups of 20, so 60 people out there to go through the experience with Soltara, which is they have a place in Costa Rica and Peru. I mean, a very professional before care, during, after care, because you can have a lot of issues that come up after a camp.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to stir up in your mind. And
I'm not sure how I would react to it,
Well, with these people, you've got somebody you can call afterwards and say, and talk through the things and everything like that. So the before and after care, I think it's very important. See, and if you're thinking of doing this, think about it and take your time and go somewhere where you're going to have a positive experience and everything's going to be managed.
Yeah, I was in Tulum about a year and 2 months ago. And again, I saw it being advertised everywhere. Wow. And I said, that's not the way I want to do it. I want to do it the way it's meant to happen. You know what I mean?
Find the right place with the shamans that I've worked with actually here and in Costa Rica. They're called Shipibo. Shipibo is a tribe, and it's in their tradition.
Yeah.
And these guys go through a lot of training, and I see people that, Bob down the road, he's a shaman. No, he's not. No, he's not. I could say I'm a shaman.
Yeah.
I've done more than 20 ayahuasca ceremonies.
Yeah, Jesus,
and I know a lot about it, but I'm not a shaman by any stretch of the imagination. But there's people that have less experience than me calling themselves shaman. They're not. Even to be a facilitator, a soltara, a facilitator is somebody that is in the ceremonies to assist the people if they need help and work with the shaman just to check on people. Are you okay? Do you need any? This kind of thing. Even to be considered to be a facilitator, you need to have done a minimum of 40 ceremonies.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I couldn't even qualify to be a facilitator at Soltara. That's how professional they are.
Yeah, and so people are like jumping in after 10 sessions, telling people they're shamans and stuff.
Oh, it's not really regulated.
I'm sure.
Anyone can call themselves a shaman, but I'd say be very careful about it. It's a big step for people to make, and you want to have a good experience.
Yeah. What would be your advice for somebody going into it for the first time, like myself?
Find out what you can about it, and try to go to a place that's doing it professionally, and for the sake of some time and an airfare, I would be looking at going to South America.
Yeah.
Peru, Costa Rica, somewhere like that, where you can get a professional camp and also one that doesn't have a fucking 100 people in the ceremony. Quite small groups, so it's people. It's intimate. People can take care of you. They see everybody in the room. Soltara usually max at 20 people in the ceremony, and they have 2 shamans, normally a male and female, which is nice.
Yeah.